Today is Saturday, 20th of February 2010, main London Anonymous protest for the month, for reasons that I'm not going to be able to bestow at the present time, but will offer an explanation for down the line. I'm not going to be able to continue to do this for much longer. There is a genuinely good reason behind this. As I said, I will try and clarify. I'm sure you'll agree as and when I do. And of course, it's nothing to do with the actions or any sort of fair game attempt by Scientology. Nothing like that's happened. But there you go. Anyway, hopefully there'll be a few more protests before I disappear. Oh yeah, and at the last London protest, I think I lost my umbrella. So if anyone's seen my umbrella, please let me know. Now approaching the Scientology place. Here we go inside today. Oh, the book caught up. Dumpy old guy. We're protesting against the actions of the social drops of Scientology. They're a criminal multi-level marketing scheme disguised as a church. They ruin lives. They basically harass people into joining the church, and then they tell you to never. How do you know this now? We have a few ex-Scientologists here. It's well documented around the world that people have problems getting out of the church when they want to. That Scientology takes you for your money, uses well-known psychological methods of getting you indoctrinated. Well, I mean,
The Church of Scientology is a criminal enterprise designed to make money. Do not be fooled by the lies that they tell you. Hey! The Scientologists today, why their church leader David Miscavige beats up people, and why they have prison camps for their members. What about their disconnection policy that breaks up families? The most ethical people on the planet certainly act in a very suspicious way.
Where's Scientology, sir?
Brilliant, stay there all day.
I'll try.
When is this org meant to be becoming an ideal org? Hello? All of your buildings are empty all across the planet. Hi, Martin! Martin! Martin, how you doing, buddy? Gonna go for a beer? A coffee? Why don't you come and have a little chat, dude? Martin, you are my best friend in the Church of Scientology.
Yeah, there he is.
Please get out now. I appreciate that you guys don't sell many books, but I can't help but notice that your bookcase actually seems to be slightly fuller. You do realise that it's not good business strategy if you keep on buying more stock before you get rid of the original. In fact, it's quite a good way to lose money. But you guys are apparently hemorrhaging money all across the world. More donations, I feel, are in order. You are now smiling outside the Church of Scientology. Please be careful. Guy in the Audi. Guy in the Audi. Hey, dude. Beware of Scientology. Have a nice day, sir.
A great success.
Its founder was paranoid and schizophrenic. High Court judges have paralleled this trait to the Church of Scientology itself. We are not here to religiously persecute people. People can believe whatever they want. It's the crimes and the abuses and illegal activities that the Church of Scientology commits. That is why we are here. That is why we will continue to be here. Do not think that it's a religion. It isn't recognised as one in this country because you have to pay a fortune to go up it. Work your way up to the secret levels of Scientology. Find out about Lord Zenu. He's very real. Respect Zenu. Hear him.
You're right, nice yellow t-shirt. We're not representing them.
Oh, I was going to say.
We're not Scientologists.
We think they're nice people, but how did they get so many of them? So young and kind of, you know.
Because of the lure of people like Tom Cruise and Hannah.
Yeah, because we all want to be like Tom Cruise.
Scientology dangerous?
Scientology is dangerous for a number of reasons. Basically,
Why are you wearing that mask? I can't hear you.
sorry, I'll try and speak a bit louder. We wear the mask because the church has what's called a fair game policy. Anyone who basically doesn't believe in Scientology can be considered an enemy. The fair game policy states that these people can be lied, tricked, sued or destroyed under any means necessary. So we wear the mask.
That's their policy.
That's their policy, yeah. So we wear the mask to remain anonymous, which is also the group that we're a part of. The reason
They murdered anybody?
a lot of people have lost their lives. There is a case at the moment in the US where a Scientologist did murder someone. Basically, he was working for a front company of theirs, these things called Wise companies. This guy was CEO of it. Everyone inside the company was a Scientologist by far one person. That person was disgruntled because he was donating large sums of money to the Church of Scientology, so he decided to leave. Came in one day, basically, to confront the guy for his last month's pay. The Scientologist, who's meant to be like the highest level you can almost be, the most rational people on the planet, shot the guy 3 times in the head. There's other things like Lisa McPherson, who's a woman they kept in a room with no food or water for 17 days, and she lost her life as a result of this.
So why are they not prosecuted then?
Well, the thing is they are, but they've always had this policy, always attack, never defend. They will sue and harass people just for the sake of exhausting all their money, because they are, a multi-billion-pound corporation. So for a long, long while, people who did fight them often lost or just lost all their money and couldn't continue to fight them. And it's their policy of using the law to basically harass people.
But why isn't the American government taking control?
Well, I mean, the American government, another thing to Google is Operation Snow White. And basically they were caught trying to infiltrate the US government. And the reason they did this is because they wanted to remove incriminating evidence, find out details about their tax exemption that they were sort of trying to get through with the IRS, and they eventually got it, but only through harassment of the IRS and taking these people to court and suing them and stuff like that.
So they're more powerful than the American government?
I wouldn't say they're more powerful than the American government, but it's an incredibly well-designed system. And at the end of the day...
Why are you protesting, you? And do you have a personal connection to this?
I don't. Basically, the reason I started to protest is because years ago I walked by the church, as they call it, the org, and was offered one of their free stress tests. And I was, quite a low point in my life at the time, and I thought, yeah, I might go along with that. But then I saw the word church. It doesn't say it there anymore. And I thought, hang on, why does it say church here? I went off and investigated, found out enough that I knew I should just stay away from it.
Yeah.
And then basically it got to a stage like middle of last year when I started to randomly investigate more and more. And the number of cases of people whose families have lost someone because they've either committed suicide or they've been disconnected and they can't actually reach the people. The stories of being extorted and the fraud and the people who've just been left absolutely mentally and financially ruined. It suddenly sparked off something, and I thought, hang on a second, this is what they do, this is how they get people in, this is the potential end result. Not everyone who goes into Scientology will experience that, but it does happen, and it does happen a lot. And I decided this is something I don't like, it's something that's on my doorstep, I can either sit by and do nothing, or I can come out and do something. And I chose the latter.
It's a little bit like